Not all cars are created equal, and some will drain your wallet faster than you can say, check engine light. Before you buy, hear what real mechanics say about the cars you should think twice about. 2015 to 2019 Ford Focus, especially dual clutch automatic.
Well, Ford, you got me.
Transmission trouble on a
Maybe I
budget.
should have taken you a little bit
Ford
more
Focus
seriously on
looks
that
like a
torque
smart
spec
compact
down there on
vibe,
that crankshaft.
until you drive one
on
with the
that
power
pulley.
shift dual clutch automatic.
Hey.
These transmissions are infamous for jerky shifting, hesitation, and total failure under 100,000 miles. Some owners went through multiple replacements. Mechanics say these cars are always coming in for transmission-related work, and repairs aren't cheap. Even basic things like throttle body issues and electronic gremlins show up more than they should. Unless it's a manual version in excellent shape, the Focus is a risky bet. 2011 to 2014, BMW 5 Series N20/N26 four-cylinder models. Mechanic warning: luxury looks money, pit guts. You might think you're getting a bargain. Luxury car. But these early turbocharged four-cylinder BMWs are notorious for timing chain issues, oil leaks, and VANOS system failures. Mechanics often say the N20 engine will cost you more in the long run than a down payment on a newer car. Electrical issues are also common, and parts and labor aren't cheap. It's one of those nice on the outside, chaos under the hood situations. Only buy this if you love visiting your mechanic. 2012 to 2016, Chevrolet Cruze 1.4-liter turbo. Mechanic warning: small turbo, big problems. The 1.4-liter turbo Cruze has a loyal fan base and a loyal following at repair shops. The engine is plagued with coolant leaks, cracked pistons, and turbo failure. On top of that, sensor faults and overheating are so frequent, many techs keep parts in stock just for this car. It might seem like a deal under $8,000, but that price doesn't include the repair bills you'll be stacking up. Mechanics say, unless you get the rare non-turbo 1.8-liter, steer clear. 2014 to 2019 Jeep Cherokee 9-speed automatic. Mechanic warning: transmission roulette. The 9-speed automatic transmission in this Jeep is one of the most complained about setups in the business. Harsh shifting, gear hunting, and full-on failures are well documented. Even with software updates, many units just never behave properly. Mechanics also report electrical quirks and random check engine lights that are tough to trace. If you want a small SUV that won't give you anxiety every time it shifts, this ain't it. 2010 to 2013, Mini Cooper S, turbocharged models. Mechanic warning: cute but catastrophic. The turbocharged Mini Cooper S is fun to drive and fun to look at, until the repair bills start. These models are notorious for timing chain tensioner failures, turbo issues, and carbon buildup that can wreck the engine if left unchecked. Add in expensive labor and cramped engine bays, and you've got a car that even experienced mechanics groan at. They're cool. But if you're on a budget or hate warning lights, walk away. Starting around $9,000, used. The Nissan Rogue is one of the most popular compact SUVs in North America. And from the outside, it looks like a great deal. Decent space, affordable price, and fuel economy that fits most families. But talk to any experienced mechanic, and they'll warn you about one massive issue: the CVT transmission. Nissan's continuously variable transmission in these model years has a terrible track record. It's prone to overheating, slipping, and premature failure, sometimes before the 100,000-mile mark. Drivers often report symptoms like lag when accelerating, shaking during driving, and weird noises under load. What makes it worse? Repairs can easily run over $4,000, and Nissan's warranty coverage for CVTs has been hit or miss, depending on the region and mileage. But that's not all. Owners frequently complain about fragile interior materials, glitchy infotainment, and finicky air conditioning. Even basic repairs like AC actuators and window switches have been known to fail prematurely. If you're still tempted by the Rogue, The only way to consider it is with full maintenance records, proof of regular CVT fluid changes, and a serious budget for repairs. Otherwise, this budget SUV could become your biggest regret. 2013 to 2018. Dodge Dart, especially the 1.4-liter turbo. Price: starting around $6,500, used. The Dodge Dart was supposed to be Chrysler's return to compact car relevance, but instead it became one of the most frequent flyers at mechanic shops across the country. The 1.4-liter turbocharged engine, borrowed from Fiat, is at the heart of the problem. This engine suffers from chronic oil consumption, weak turbo components, and constant check engine lights due to sensor and emissions system failures. Misfires, EVAP leaks, thermostat codes, and throttle body faults are just the beginning. The turbo itself has a poor track record of durability, especially when owners don't religiously follow oil change intervals. But even if you avoid the turbo and go with the 2.0-liter or 2.4-liter engines, you're not out of the woods. These versions come with transmissions that suffer from jerky shifting, delayed engagement, and software bugs that require frequent reflashing or even full replacements. Mechanics often say, "You can't fix what was never solid to begin with." If you're buying a Dart, you better have a backup car, because this one might spend more time on the lift than on the road. 2011 to 2015 Chevrolet Equinox, 2.4-liter Ecotec engine. Price: starting around $7,000, used. This one's infamous. The 2.4-liter Ecotec engine in these Equinox models is known across the industry as a major oil burner. And we're not talking about a little top-off between changes. Some of these engines consume a quart of oil every 800 to 1,000 miles. Worse yet, there's often no oil level sensor or warning system, so many owners don't realize there's a problem until the engine is knocking or completely seized. The root cause? Poor piston ring design combined with extended oil change intervals. Even if you stay on top of maintenance, this engine has a tendency to fail early due to excessive friction and oil starvation. Mechanics report seeing camshaft, actuator codes, timing chain issues, and lifter damage, all linked to this oil problem. GM issued technical service bulletins and extended warranties in some cases, but it's often not enough, especially for second or third owners. If you're shopping for an SUV in this price range, skip the 2.4-liter Equinox. It's not worth the gamble. 2012 to 2014 Volkswagen Passat TDI price, starting around $10,000, used. At first glance, the TDI Passat looks like a smart buy. It's efficient, stylish, and German-built. But once you get past the MPG numbers, you're in for a very expensive reality check. These diesels were part of the infamous VW emissions scandal, which led to a flood of software updates and mechanical changes. Post-recall vehicles tend to suffer from worse performance and more frequent issues, particularly with the diesel particulate filter, DPF, the EGR system, and turbocharger components. Mechanics regularly see DPF clogs, loss of boost pressure, and intake carbon buildup that can cost thousands to correct. And unless you're experienced with diesel systems, basic maintenance becomes much more expensive and less predictable. Even small fixes require specialized tools or dealer-only parts. Owners who tried to save money by doing things themselves often ended up with warning lights they couldn't clear or limp mode situations they couldn't escape from. The TDI Passat is fine for a diesel tech or someone willing to baby the car, but for the average driver, this is a recipe for frustration. Reliable? Only if you speak fluent German and own a scan tool.